Hello guys, in today's video I will show you how to create AFP or Apple filing protocol share on FreeNAs System, and I will also show you how to configure the TimeMachine so that you can schedule the automatic backup for your MacOS system on FreeNAs. So FreeNAs recommended that we create a separate time machine for each user that will be using a time machine to back up their macOS system to FreeNAs. So basically what they mean is they recommended that you should create different data sets for different machine. And with that, let's get started. So run your FreeNAs homepage. You're gonna go to storage, and you go to pools and select the one that you'll be creating the new data sets on. Notice how I have a little lock right here, right in front of my share drive. It means that the encryption is on, and the other one it's not. It doesn't have encryption enabled. Alright, I'm gonna select my share drive data pool, and I'm gonna create a new data set. I can call it this is for my hacking task Mac Pro, so I call it hacking task time machine. Copy it and put it there, and obviously the share tab gonna be Mac, and we can save it. And alright, we should have a new data set. Yep, hacking task. And then now next we need to create the AFP Share or Apple filing protocol. So from your FreeNAs, navigate to sharing, and when you go to Apple AFP or Apple filing protocol share, and I'm gonna create a new one. We're gonna add a new one, and we're gonna port it the patch to where we just created the new data set for it. So it's gonna be that one, and we're gonna name it I'm just gonna keep the same name, keep the symbol, and check on a time machine. So time machine quarter. So basically remember, if you're using back in the day at Apple time capsules, so Apple time capsule it usually 1 or 2 gigabyte. I think the last one that they make it 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, and 3 terabyte. So what it does, it keep writing data into it. When the time capsule is full, the oldest data gonna get override. So basically the same thing as the time machine quarter. If you give it like 1 terabyte, when it reach the quota, then it gonna override the oldest backup. So it all depends on how much data you have on your Mac OS system. If you have like 500 gigabyte on your Mac OS system, and you want to keep I don't know, like 2-3 backup before it actually override it, I recommend it 1-2 terabyte. It should work perfectly fine. So I'm gonna put in here, let's see what the in gigabyte. Okay, so I'm gonna give it 1 terabyte, or 1000 gigabyte, and that should be it, and we're gonna save it. Alright, so now we have AFP Share. Actually, I forgot one thing. I forgot to set the permission, so we're gonna go back to storage, and then go back to pools, and we go back to the data set and assign the permissions. So hacking thought TimeMachine. We're gonna edit the permissions, and ACL obviously gonna be Mac and users. I'm the only one using all the computer at home, so I only have one users. But if you have a different family member using it, you can create new users. I think you can create a new user on this menu, and if you have a root, then you can assign a root also, and everything good. We just leave it at default and save it. So the user that you assign to that TimeMachine data set. So when you go to TimeMachine and you select that data set on the FreeNAs system, it's gonna ask you for the authentications. So that the username and the password that you're gonna enter. So alright, let me minimize this one, and I'm gonna show you how to set up a TimeMachine on your OS system. So when you go to system references and TimeMachine, we're gonna select this, and right here you see it already populated the hacking task TimeMachine on FreeNAs. If you have like sensitive data, I suggest that you select the option for encrypted backups. If you don't, it's up to you, totally up to you. You want to encrypt your backup, I recommend that you do and use it. If you haven't set up a TimeMachine on your OS system, you're not gonna see this menu, because I have one local backup. I actually hook up one of the hard drive because my computer located too far from the access point, so the data transfer rate is really slow. For that reason, I'm using the local backup. But just for the tutorial, I'll show you how to create a backup on a the FreeNAs system. I'm gonna use both. And here you go, it's gonna ask you for the username and password for the authentications on FreeNAs. That the username and password, that the username, that the user that we assign onto the data set, that we give the permission to that data set. So I'm gonna log in. And here you go, because I choose the option to encrypt my backup, it's gonna ask me to create password for it, for the backup. And to keep it simple, you can use the same password with your Mac OS system. Oops. Look like I can multitasking, talking and typing at the same time. Alright, encrypt this. And there it is. So if you're creating this on your MacBook Pro or the MacBook Airs, for the first backup, I suggest you should hook up the Ethernet cable to the Thunderbolt and hook it up to your Macs, so it's gonna back up to your FreeNAs quicker. Wire always faster than wireless. Just for the first backup, because you have to upload all your current data encrypted and put it on FreeNAs, it's gonna take a while. But for the next backup, it's just backing up whatever that it haven't been backup since the last backup. It probably gonna be quicker, and for that one you can use wireless. But it's totally up to you. If you're gonna leave your Mac running and let it finish, if you have like 500 GB on your Macs, it's probably gonna take like 5 up to 12 hours to back up everything wirelessly. it depends on how fast the data transfer rate between your computer and your wireless router to your FreeNAS. So like if you want a fast, hook it up to wire. And if you have another Mac, just follow the step and create another data set. It recommended by FreeNAS that you create a different data set for different macOS system and not using the same data sets, because if you're using the same data set, it might causing a permission issue. If you have a different user and using the same data set, and that ultimately can cause damage to your backup, which is something defeat the purpose of the backup, which allow you to keep the data somewhere in case something happened to your Mac and you're able to restore it. And with that, that wrap up my tutorial. If you have any, if you run into any issue, or if you have any question, comment, or new video suggestions, please leave them in the comment below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. And don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.